Okay, I did it.
Okay, I think we're set up here. You think we get faster at that?
We can't seem to. It's just like the time it takes to push the button.
There's about 7 or 8 different actions we each have to take to get that to work.
And sometimes when I push it, it doesn't do anything.
Yeah, right?
Particularly.
Yeah, let's just do a little walking in place. Running or walking wherever you're at is fine. Good to see everybody this morning, as always. I understand that there's some snow in Wisconsin.
Yes.
But there's no snow here, as far as I can tell. Let's stand your feet a little bit wider apart, arms out. Find a good spot for this. And just reach towards your opposite toe. If you can touch your toe, that's great. If you can't, just go to where it feels right to go to this morning. It should feel good. Maybe some popping noises. It's okay, as long as it doesn't hurt. Really stop at the top and feel your width and breadth here. Let your hip flexors stretch out before you go again. Let's make it slower so you can feel that moment and go down. Get the kitty away from my tea. She's drinking my tea again. Two more. And finish. Great. Okay. So let's just do a little bit of prancing. And by that, I mean just pushing through your foot.
Did you say prancing?
Prancing.
Prancer.
So you start by lifting your heel and then you push off with your toes. A little bit of toe strengthening and foot waking up.
Preparing for pulling the sleigh.
Preparing for pulling the sleigh. Ah, very
Prancer.
Good. Yep. Do your other foot. So you go and you put the ball of your foot on the ground. Then you push off. I got my Christmassy socks on. There we go. Now do both of them at a higher speed. So you're not lifting with your hip flexors, you're pushing with your feet. Hip flexors can be nice and relaxed through all this. Keep going. Good work. A little bit faster. This can really get your calves burning if you go fast enough and push hard enough. All right, great. So now we're going to do some progressive contracting and relaxing. So we'll start with the legs. So if you could see my kneecaps, they'd be going up. I'm wrapping around with my thighs and my hamstrings, everything down there tensing up as much as you can go without cramping or don't go to a dangerous level, but do give it a good squeeze and then relax. One more time, kneecaps lift, hamstrings contract. Let's add the butt this time, all that stuff, and release. One more time, knees lift, thighs, hamstring, butt, hold it, and release. Okay, good. Now we're going to do the same thing with our shoulders. So raise your shoulders. Hold them here. Raise them a little bit more. Hold it. Let's take a big inhale, and on the exhale, we'll release. Ready? Inhale. And exhale. Good. A couple shoulder circles to work it out. Forward, backwards. We're going to do it one more time. Let's take a big inhale and raise our shoulders. Ready? Inhale. Hold it. You don't have to hold your breath. You can breathe at the top. Just breathe here. Kind of feels like someone hung you up on a fence, like a scarecrow or something. And then take an inhale and exhale and release. Inhale and exhale. Oh, okay, good. All right, radius and ulna time. Let's wrap the muscles around radius and ulna. You can do so by making a fist and tensing up your forearm muscles. Start there. Then move to your biceps and triceps. See if you can get them both. It's kind of a trick to get all the muscles, the forward muscles and the back muscles contracting at the same time. And release. Okay, let's do it again. We'll start with the hand. Just do the hand, both sides. Then really get the forearms activated. Then the biceps, then the triceps. And then you could even add in your lats so that you have a little bit of tone through the shoulders. That's like a superhero, okay. Wolverine. All right, then release the hand, but keep everything else. Wiggle the fingers, release the forearm, release the biceps and triceps, and the lats. Okay, good. Shake everything out. And now we're just going to do the whole body real quick. Ready? Everything at once. You can even add in the abs. You can do the face if you want. It feels like I'm coming in for a landing or like blasting off to the moon or something. And 2, 3, release. Okay, shake out the whole body. We're going to move on to our meditation part of the day. Today, you have an option. I know this may not be optimal for some setups, but you do have the option to do a lying down meditation. It may be a little better for this type of meditation. If you can't, for whatever reason, don't set up lying down if there's going to be somebody walking through or some dogs licking your face that you can't control that. You want to have it be, fairly distraction free. So if you can manage that, do find yourself a place to lie down.
You lay down on the couch.
You can lie down on the couch. You could sit with your back up against something if you want.
So like sitting in a chair but leaning back.
Yeah, it's more of a relaxed posture for today's meditation. So go ahead and set that up.
Where are you going to sit?
I'm going to try lying down. I'm going to show the sitting first and then the lying down.
Okay.
So if you are sitting in a chair, you can just sit with your back to the chair. And if you want to sit in a more comfortable chair, you can do that. I will be sometimes lying down and sometimes sitting up and talking.
I'm just going to
you can stay in whatever posture you choose. That looks good.
Okay.
Let's see if I can do this. All right, so everyone get in your posture, whatever it is. If you're lying down, you can choose which is best for you. You can have your legs straight. If that feels comfortable, that's ideal. If it doesn't feel comfortable, you can have your knees bent and sort of falling into each other. That's another option. And preferably the arms just out to the side with the palms up. Again, another option would be to have your hands on your stomach there. So, and if you're sitting in a chair, you can find the nearest equivalent to this you can in the chair. Okay, so now that you've got yourself set up, you get to feel gravity in a different sort of way. There's all kinds of different ways that the body's touching the floor in our normal sitting position. And if you're wherever you're positioned, really give yourself into gravity. Allow your muscles and joints to relax. I'm going to be sitting up, so it's easier to talk through this, but keep going. So let's start at the very tippy top of the skull. And just release the skin and muscles at the top of your head. And that relaxation rains down, and you can relax the muscles of your ears and behind your jaw. Letting your jaw nice and loose. Your mouth may be open or closed. Your lips may be open or closed. In this position, it's nice to feel that your facial muscles can relax in a different sort of way. Let those facial muscles just hang down right off the bones, relaxing them. Imagining space between the eyebrows, a relaxed forehead. Imagine that your eyes are surrounded by muscles, which they are, in order to make them move around. And those muscles get to relax now. They're very fast twitch, those muscles, and they want to move around, but just let them relax. The muscles right underneath your eyes, in the cheek area, and just on the sides of the nose, let those muscles release. Imagine that your airway, your nasal passages are a little bit more open than normal so that you can take in good air. Relax your temples. Your temporalis and your masseter, if you can remember what those muscles are from a Sally lesson long ago. Now moving on to your neck. Again, when you're lying down or when you have your back up against something, it's easier to feel this. Relax the front muscles of the neck, let them just fall into gravity. Your sternocleidomastoids, if you remember those muscles, those can release. Your throat relaxes. Don't have any sort of anxiety about whether to swallow or not to swallow. If you need to swallow, just swallow. And imagine the little muscles that connect one vertebrae to the next to relax and release in the neck area. Really feel the weight of the head. If you're lying down, you get a really good idea of this one. And if you really feel the weight of the head, you may feel some of your muscles you had no idea were contracting release when you really give your attention to letting the head be heavy. Relax and widen the chest so that the collarbones feel wide, so that the muscles right underneath them feel like they're not holding on. Feel the weight of the shoulders. This will really help with that. Feel free. This is a new position we're trying out, and it's a new position in your setup. So if you need to adjust because there's anxiety about pets milling around on you or whatever it is, it's okay to change positions and try something else. But if you've got a good position, keep going. Feel like gravity is pressing down lightly on the front of your torso and widening out your muscles. Like you might need dough. Just really widening out your back muscles along the ground. And now connecting into the breath. And as you breathe, you relax the front part of your torso. Even small amounts of anxiety can cause you to hold your breath in ways that you're not aware of. So this is a chance to see if that's happening, if there's any catches in your breath rhythm. Also, don't have any anxiety if you start to fall asleep. You can let that happen if you're in a safe place to do that. Don't have to watch any kids or anything like that. If you do start to fall asleep, you'll notice that my voice comes in and out of your consciousness, and that's just fine. I'll make sure and give something clear at the end of the meditation so that you wake up again. And now let's go to the hip area. If your legs are stretched out long along the floor, really enjoy that feeling of length and release in the hips. All the hip flexors, the muscles at the front of the hips get to let go. They don't have to keep you sitting or stabilize you or do anything but just relax. Feel your bottom pressed against the ground into gravity, wide and flat, like the dough. Again, check in with your breath, see if there's any extra holding going on there. And check in with your facial muscles. Did they start to take on some tension while you were away, attending to other areas? Sorry, everyone, we have some knocking going on upstairs. Apparently there's some remodeling going on. Feel the weight of your arms. Connect into the bones of your arms and let those bones hang heavy in whatever position you're in. As you feel the weight of your arms, the muscles unwrap, kind of melting happens. Feel the weight of your hands. And even those hand muscles relax. There are muscles everywhere in the hand going in all sorts of different angles. See if you can relax the muscles right deep inside the palm. Feeling turning up the weight of the hands. Imagine the hands are 2 times as heavy as normal. This weight and this relaxation of the muscles of the hands creates space between the joints. Now feel the weight of your entire body at once. Widen out your focus. Imagine all the points of touching in your body, where all the points of your body are touching the ground or the chair. See if you can imagine what shape they would make pressed up against the ground. What sort of imprint would you make if you were lying in sand? Now we'll go to the feet. Let's start with just the toes. Notice how when you go to a real specific area, that area kind of gets excited. It's happy to have the attention given to it. You get to search around within the foot, now the entire foot. For any holding, cramping, pain that may be there. And encouraging a gentle release throughout the foot. Including the ankles now. The ankles happy to receive the attention. Moving up to the lower leg, feeling your feet heavy into the ground really helps. Feeling your calf muscles press out against the floor if your legs are long. If your legs are up, if your knees are bent, you can just feel how the muscles hang down, draped off the bones. It's quite an elegant architecture. Now the knees. I know some people have some pain in their knees. So here's a chance just to relax everything around the knees. Let the knees relax. There's nothing to hold here. Don't have to stabilize or worry about protecting anything. Now, here's one of my favorites, is to imagine that IT band, that long piece of tissue that connects all the way up your hip and runs down the side of your thigh like a stripe. See if you can release and relax that muscle that connects all that tissue, the tensor fascia lata. Did I get that right?
You did.
I got it right. I notice a lot of extra energy comes out of my body when I release this, when I give attention to the IT band. And now letting your thighs just fall into gravity, becoming soft, relaxed, down onto the bones. Letting your hamstrings squish out along the floor. If your knees are bent, they're hanging. You're sitting in a chair, they're pressed out against the chair. And now, once again, expanding your awareness into the entire body. Feeling the weight of the entire body, feeling what impression it would make along the floor or the chair. Noticing all the points of contact. Connecting into the breath. Relaxing the facial muscles. And we're going to start to come back out of the meditation now. Let's take one big inhale and exhale together and really release your body. One last try. Ready? And inhale. And exhale. All right, you can start wiggling your fingers and toes. Open your eyes. See mommy wiggling her fingers. Come back into the room. You can sit up. I'm going to give a little clap for anybody who's sleeping. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Wake up.
There. Wake up. All right. I hope you enjoyed that lying down meditation. Let me know if you like that. We could do more of that or less of that. Christ is here, joined us for the last part of the meditation. Say hi.
Hi.
Hi. So everybody have a wonderful Saturday. Thanks so much for joining us for this meditation. We will see you on Monday. Please feel free to hang around. We love to chat with people on Saturdays.
Can we hang on?
You
We
can hang
can-
around.
we can hang
all
around.
hang around.
We're just changing computers.